it's not just about trying to get more clients or trying to be more successful, but also doing things that will help you be the best version of yourself. Because when you're an entrepreneur, nobody's telling you what to do. What's up, guys? It's Afro Angie for Kingdom and Community. On this channel, we are talking all things entrepreneurship, activism, and filmmaking, because I am an entrepreneur, activist, and filmmaker. And today I wanted to make a quick video just kind of talking about some of the things that I wish I knew as a young entrepreneur before starting a business. Because being in business can be a really big wake-up call if you are not ready for it. And being an activist, you know, I'm a really big proponent of starting Black-owned businesses, because I think that economic synergy is really missing in our communities. And so as I'm learning what it really takes to be successful in business, I'm so happy that I'm able to share, because hopefully this is going to be part of the solution to us uplifting our communities, right? So my husband and I are co-founders of a media company, and we are very passionate about us owning our own narrative and making sure that we are seeing positive, hopeful stories in our community, and stories that inspire us to do more for ourselves and not to be complacent and content with what society says we should be or look like or act. And so even though that isn't necessarily a product business at the moment, there are some things that we're working on. But I think that the process of learning how to make connections, get clients, and work with people can still be applied to any industry. I just have 4 quick things that I want to share today. And one of the first things that I want to share is that people skills are actually more valuable than technical skills. Whether that is with your clients or your team, it's going to take you further if you take the time to understand how people work and the things that really can connect to people and make them feel valued and make them feel like they're doing a great thing by patronizing your business or working with your business. That is actually going to take you a lot further than having the best skill. Now, when you have both, it's just unstoppable. So of course you want to always have, you know, those skills up to par. However, if you are extremely skilled, but you don't know how to talk to people or how to connect with them and get them to understand where you're coming from and get them excited about your vision, you're going to have a very hard time. And this is something that we didn't quite understand for a while. We felt like we do really good work. How come people aren't just begging to work with us, you know? And of course, there are other factors when we're in a community that some say we shouldn't be doing business in because the median income is low. That's a whole nother factor, right? So, but having said that, we have to understand that we have a company, of course, and we would like to be profitable, but we also want to serve people. So part of like knowing how to have really good people skills is understanding that even though, you know, we aim to bring the highest quality and the best possible video media products to our customers in the area that we're in, we simply have to make some sacrifices sometimes. And so if we are just so gung-ho on this is our price, this is how much we charge, period, we probably would never have customers. And that's going to vary from region to region, of course, and every location is different, every industry is different, but it still goes back to show you that people skills are more important than technical skills. Because if we never bended, there are people who, quote unquote, may not have the same level of skill that we have, and we're still learning, okay? So we're not trying to say we just pop in like that, but we definitely do try to study our craft. But if we don't take the time to truly understand the needs of our community and understand, like, okay, we want to help them get this exposure, but it's really not even in their budget right now. If we don't care about those things, we would never get clients. That's the first thing that I think I had to learn, is people skills actually can take you further than technical skills. And another example of that is with us being beginners. We've never been to film school. We've only been doing this for about a year and a half. We've actually been extremely blessed and had some amazing opportunities simply because people can tell that we are passionate about what we do and we truly care. And so while there are people who have way better skills than us, we have been able to go into rooms that we probably were not qualified for it because of the passion that we were able to communicate once we learned how important it is to work on those people skills. So people skills, people. The second thing that I had to learn is that appearance matters. I already like fashion. I've never been like super girly, but I love like how I'm dressed right now, like metropolitan, like businessy. I already like that kind of thing, right? But it goes further than just your physical appearance. You have to socially know how to have good appearance and mentally. So one of my flaws is that I can be extremely emotional and I love to complain naturally, right? I've really worked on that because complaining honestly doesn't solve anything. But I say that to say, not only does it not solve anything, the more you complain, the weaker you look. And especially being a young entrepreneur, people are already doubting you and thinking that you're not ready. So you do not want to look like a weak person. Like when you think about it, people who are powerful, they really don't have to complain, right? They can solve their own issues. And so that was one of the first things I really had to work on, is like not venting on social media, right? I journal a lot more now so that I can get it out in healthier alternatives that don't damage the perception that I need to have in order to continue to be successful in this business. And even like that part isn't just about being successful with clients, but also with yourself, because you really have to have healthy habits. Like when you're dressed up, of course that's going to make people take you more seriously, but you're also probably going to feel better and be able to be more productive. It's not just about trying to get more clients or trying to be more successful, but also doing things that will help you be the best version of yourself, because when you're an entrepreneur, nobody's telling you what to do. In fact, at this point, you may even be competition to a lot of the people in the system, because it's easier and more common to get a job, and nothing's wrong with having a job, okay? Like, I don't have a problem going and get another one. But since I'm choosing entrepreneurship, there are some things I simply have to understand in order to be the best version of myself, and in order to prayerfully continue to have a successful business, because we're just getting started, but I'm very thankful for where we are, and I feel like that's all God. And also socially. So then this kind of goes back to those people skills, right? Because looks shouldn't matter, right? I'm someone that actually does, like I said, never was really a girly girl, didn't grow up dressing, super cute and stuff like that. So I personally really do not care. But in general, society does. People like to look at nice things. And so you just need to know how to present yourself as it relates to what you're trying to do. So like if we're doing community service, we don't need to walk in suited and booted. We need to be down to earth, But if we're going to a nice event or a nice, dinner or something, we have to show people like, hey, we can rise to this occasion too. And when you do those things, now socially, people are speaking highly of you. And that is super, super important, because of course anybody can say anything and they may not even be lying. But when somebody else speaks on your behalf for you, it makes that much more of a difference to other people. So appearance matters socially, physically, mentally. Now, the other thing that I had to learn, and I kind of have already spoken on this, being a young entrepreneur, especially when you're kind of like blazing your own path, unfortunately, a lot of people are going to undervalue you. Sometimes it's intentional, so beware of that. But a lot of times it's kind of just the way of the world. Like, you have to earn your stripes in this world. So you can do really good work and you can be, worth certain things, but when you're just getting started, you're gonna have to do some things for free or some things for a lot cheaper than what you think you should be charging, and you have to do it with a smile on your face, okay? Because some people are watching you and trying to see how you're going to be able to handle this season of humility. Are you going to still put your best foot forward and deliver the best possible product? Because that's kind of how you're going to be able to build your resume, doing free things. How bad do you want it? Are you really doing it because you love it? Are you just trying to scam people? People have all these different biases that we all have naturally. Like, we're all naturally skeptical of people. That's how, our species has survived, right? And so when you're first starting out, especially as a young entrepreneur, unfortunately, you're going to have to do some things for cheaper than what you would like. And for a long time, I was actually taking this very personally. And then one day, my husband and I were actually interviewed by another video production company. And this company has been extremely established. They have way better cameras than we have. They work all across the nation. And they were saying like they still run into that problem. It's really just business, truthfully, knowing how to negotiate and knowing how to communicate your value in a respectful way. But especially when you're first getting started, sometimes people will book you just because they think you're just getting started, so you are going to be cheaper. So like they're automatically thinking like, regardless of your quality, you're just getting started. You don't know your worth. And sometimes you have to take on those projects until you can establish yourself as somebody who people can go to regardless of how much they charge. So that's something that I did not know, but I no longer take personally, you know. And as a believer, one thing I have definitely seen time and time again is that God always provides. Like if there's a season where we're taking nothing but discounted or free projects, in the next season we're going to probably exceed our goals because God saw that, you know, we were trying to do the right thing and trying to honor him, and we're getting better in the process. So now we're able to get the attention of clients who can actually afford us. So beware of that. And my last point, kind of similar to how God always provides, is that the preparation will always pay off. Right here, I'm kind of talking more so mentally. There have been a lot of things that, like, you know, my husband and I will want to strategize on and think like long term with our business, even though there were months where we like literally had 0 clients. Like whenever you are first starting out, sometimes your income is very unstable. And so it's not always, you know, just like roses and butterflies. Like it definitely can be a challenge, but one thing that I really love about the team that I have, my family, my husband, some, you know, the people that do support us is we all push each other. So even in the seasons where we're pushing ourselves and it seems like it's for no reason, it always, always, always pays off. Even sometimes where I may have bought equipment that it was like, why are you buying that? You know, we haven't even made enough for you to buy that. And I'm like, I'm just going to invest in myself, right? Crazy enough, like the next month, we'll have a gig or something where now that is exactly what we need. Like the preparation always pays off when you're preparing with genuine intentions. We don't try to prepare so that we can show people how prepared we are. In fact, we try not to show people anything until it's done. But when we prepare in silence and we're praying, we're asking for more organization, more clarity. We're asking how we can work with better synergy as a team. We're asking how we can communicate more effectively with our clients, how we can make our social media look better. The long nights that you stay up and you're just wondering like, is it always gonna be like this? Like the preparation, it always, always pays off. And that's something that I have to remind myself. And that's something that if you don't get anything else from this video, I want you to know that like if you're going through a season where you're working, you're like, oh, I just don't see the fruit right now. The preparation always pays off, especially when you do it with genuine intent. So those are some things that I wish I knew before starting a business. And at the same time, even if I had known those things, it would be totally different to hear them versus experiencing them. So yeah, guys, we're all on this journey together. If you're a new entrepreneur or a seasoned entrepreneur, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But also, I would love for you guys to be part of this journey with us. We're so excited to see where God will take us. The long-term vision is, of course, making movies and just changing the narrative of our communities. But right now, we're kind of more so like doing marketing and helping to, you know, build up that economic base in communities, especially like the Black community. But we're serving anybody who needs it, you know. If you're into that kind of thing, I think that you will definitely enjoy my content. So let's just go ahead and be friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, guys, seek the kingdom and serve the community.